Did you know there are actually two ways to advertise on Instagram? And choosing the wrong one could cost you 300% more for the same results? At DreamTech, we've spent thousands of dollars on meta ads, both for our clients and for ourselves. And today, I'm about to save you money and time and headaches by showing you exactly when you should use the Instagram promote or boost button versus the Facebook ads manager. Most people are getting this wrong and it's wasting your budget. My name's Christopher Ward from DreamTech, and this is another Tech Tuesday. Today, I will break down exactly when to use which meta ads method and show you the setup process for both. Let's get started. Okay, let's talk first about the Instagram boost or promotion. I'm sure you've seen this before in your Instagram. Next to all of your posts, or most of them, there will be a little button that says Boost Post. And if you click in, and we'll show you the flow here as I'm talking, you can actually set up an ad or a promotion that has very basic fundamental features like audience and demographics, geographics, goal, targeting, and so forth. It's very easy to set up. It's very easy to set up a payment method and launch an ad from your phone in a matter of minutes. Now, that's great and all, but the reality check here is that you're going to pay 20 to 40% more for the convenience of using this. So, when should you use an Instagram promotion? Well, you should probably do it when you have a high performing organic post already, something people already love. If your organic audience already is attracted to a post and it's getting higher than normal engagement, that is a good sign that people that are like your audience outside of your normal group will also have the same reaction. So boosting a post really just does that. It gets it to a wider reach than you would get to normally just in your audience. It's also a great way to test if a post is going to be something that works well in a larger audience setting. So you can pay for the experiment to see if you can get some social proof. You can build your brand by getting your name out to a larger group of people than you would otherwise. Also, Instagram is good if your goal is simple. Like, let's say you just want to get people to a page or to your profile, or you just need more likes or comments, which we actually don't recommend. But if your goal is simple, Instagram boosted posts could actually help you do that. And lastly, I think it's really good for people who are beginners and want to test the waters, because while Facebook ads and the ads platform can save you money, if you do things wrong, it can actually cost you money. And that's the double-edged sword. So let's walk through exactly how you boost a post on Instagram and walk you through that entire flow. Okay, so here I am on the DreamTech Instagram feed. And as you can see, down in the bottom of each post image, there is a little button that says Boost Post. And this is actually how you get started. This post of Tosca in Italy actually is doing much better than normal and could be a good candidate for a boosted post. So let's try it. I click Boost Post. It opens up a UI that allows us to select a goal. You can visit a profile, visit your website. They can message you or do a number of different things. Let's just have them visit our profile for now. Now, the default for audience is the next sort of choice. And here it's asking for you to choose from a number of different audiences that we have used in the past, as well as it will just suggest an audience for you. I don't recommend using the suggested audience because it just doesn't have enough context to know what's going to work for you. Let's go with solopreneurs. And then you select a budget and choose to set a duration. So 6 days at $8 daily, obviously $48. Or you can just say $6 daily or $8 daily until we're happy with the results. You click next, and then you click Boost Post, and the ad will take about 4 to 24 hours sometimes to get loaded into the system and run, and you will be notified when it does so. And when you go back to the post, it will say currently boosted, and that's all it takes to do that. So it's super, super easy to do. Okay, so now that we've looked at the Instagram boost, Let's look at the Meta Ads platform, which is the ads manager that's built into Facebook that everyone can access who uses Instagram or Facebook to promote and run ads, not just your own posts, but actually creative ads that run on the sides, as you've seen on Facebook and in Instagram, in different areas of the platform, in messages, in Marketplace, everywhere. As you can see, it's much, much more complicated already, and this is just the basic dashboard of the interface. But it allows you to do so much more. Advanced targeting options that Instagram Boost just doesn't have, like behaviors and interests. It allows you to upload your email list and let Facebook guess what lookalike audiences might be based off your own customers that are already engaged with you. It allows you to do different types of ad formats, conversion tracking. You can test A/B versions of your ads to see which messaging might work better. And of course, it allows you to run ads on Facebook and Instagram simultaneously, which is what we're talking about. We're sort of comparing different ways to promote on the Instagram platform. So let's see how much more difficult this is going to be compared to the Instagram Boost. So if you remember from just a moment ago, the Instagram flow was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screens that asked a total of 6 or 7 questions. When you go over here to click Create, Meta Ads is going to ask you a number of detailed questions that you may not know the answer to. It's very important, though, to learn the system if you're going to use it, because using the wrong types of objectives or creative types can actually tank your performance with your ads and cost you more money than an Instagram boosted post. It's important to also understand that Facebook ads are categorized in a much more structured way. It starts off with this idea of a campaign, which would be either that we want to build awareness or traffic or engagement or leads. So the difference between those would be traffic would be getting people to come to your site versus getting people to engage with your content versus getting people to actually fill out a form for either a registration for a webinar or for a callback from a sales associate and so forth. And all of those, as they go down this list, will cost you more. So it's important to remember that, awareness and traffic are going to be, less engaged people, but easier to acquire than finding those people that Facebook knows are more likely to fill out your form and give you their information to engage with them later. Let's start with traffic, something that we use if we are actually just trying to get people to our site to test whether a new web page is working well or not, whether a landing page seems to be engaging with people. It's a good sense of also, most importantly, how well the ad itself is doing. So whether or not people, do what you want them to do on the following pages where you send them from the ad, you can actually use traffic as a very cheap way to say, this message versus another message, this image versus another image is working better or worse to get people to click at all, which is the first step in any ad. Getting them to click is super, super important, obviously. So traffic does a great job of that. So let's start with traffic. So now that we have traffic, it will actually ask you, do you want us to help you do this? So this is their way of trying to make this easier. I recommend that you go with this route if you're brand new and you just want to get your feet wet and see how it builds ads. In the future, we're going to have courses and classes on how to actually build your Facebook ads yourself. And manual traffic campaigns, this option down here, actually can help you get way cheaper results or like more audience for your money than even a tailored web campaign. And that's simply because Facebook doesn't totally know exactly what you're trying to achieve and why and what your budget is and so forth. For now, let's use the tailored web campaign just to make things easy. So now that we have a campaign created, it's going to ask you a number of pretty basic questions. The most important is your budget. So this will be the budget for your entire campaign per day. $20 is a pretty good starting point. You could even go as low as $5 with the traffic campaign. You can see down here, based on what it knows about you and your Facebook page, it tells you like what your estimated results are going to be for $5 and how many link clicks you might get. This will change as you go through the steps, as you get more detailed information into the system. But let's go with that for now. Okay, now that you've created your campaign, you actually have to go in and create what's called an ad set. And if this sounds confusing to you, I totally understand. It's a more sort of old school professional way of running ads. Think of it as concentric circles. So your campaign, which we just created, sets the budget and the goal of what you want to do. So $5 a day, and we're trying to drive traffic. Okay, great. Now inside of that, what we're looking at on this page is the ad set. And the ad set, for better or worse, is, think of it as who we're going to target, where we're going to target them, what interests do they have, all of that sort of information. So an ad set is a circle inside of your campaign. And what we're going to do in a moment is then say inside of that ad set, you can have ads, which is the actual creative, the images and words that you see on the screen that are run. And so you can kind of imagine from there, you could have multiple ads inside of an ad set. You could have multiple ad sets inside of a campaign, and you can manage a very sort of complicated ad campaign in that way. If that's not something you're into doing, Facebook ads still can work for you. You just have to understand the parameters. If you simply just want to run one ad, you can totally do that. You still just have to understand campaign, ad set, ad, and build it that way, which is what we're going to do right now. The ad set here is asking you for your budget for the ad set, which can be the same or less than the campaign itself. You can target people by geography. You can also target them by their interests. Here we're targeting Amy Porterfield and MBA people. This is just for example. This isn't usually something we would totally do, although we do target people who are interested in life coaches and mentors often, because those are people who are interested also in our services. So once you have that narrowed, you can close out, and then you're going to want to actually then go down to your ads and create your ad. So this is an example ad that we've created that's inside of an ad set. This is the type of thing that we might run if we're trying to do something more about branding. We also can run ads that are, speak more to the audience themselves. We can run ads that don't have to be images. They can be videos. They could be me talking. They could be Tosca talking, which a lot of people prefer. We can get really, really specific about what we're saying and what the message is, so that when these posts or ads sort of appear within the feed, they feel very natural. They don't feel like a disruption to the people who they're being advertised to. Now, ads can target people to a website. They can send people to Messenger. And here you can see right here, a long way of getting to it, but this idea that we can actually connect to our Instagram and run the ad to push directly to people on Instagram, into their feed, into their stories, and so forth. So this gives you a lot more granularity around how and where and when these ads will show up to people on Instagram versus the Instagram boosted post. And because of that, they can actually be much cheaper to run. They can be much more targeted and much more efficient for your budget in the long run. But that said, as you can see, they are far more complicated. In the future, we're going to be running a workshop for how you can set up meta ads like this in the most simple way possible so that you can feel more empowered to use these platforms. For now, I just wanted to give you a sense of how it all works. Okay, I know that was a super quick overview of two platforms that can be very, very daunting for people when running ads, especially when your budget and your money is on the line. If you want more help running your Instagram ads or your Facebook meta ads, please message me below in the comments, send me an email. I'd be happy to get on a quick discovery call and see if working with Dream Tech to get your ad set up is right for you. But for now, let's sort of summarize what we're talking about. You should use Instagram promotion probably when your entire budget is under $50. Probably when your goal is engagement or brand awareness, and most importantly, when you already have a post that's working well organically with your audience. Also, As you can see, Instagram boosted posts are probably better for people who are doing this for the first time. And let's compare that to Facebook Ads Manager, which you should probably use when your budget is, I don't know, well, over 50, but certainly over $100. If your goal is to get something more like leads or sales or webinar signups, you're probably going to want to use Facebook ads to get more targeted and more granular to the type of people you want to be attracted to your ads. Also, if you want to get detailed analytics and constantly improve, you're going to want to use Facebook ads. Instagram boosted posts really don't give you very many insights at all that can help you improve what you're doing. It's sort of a shot in the dark, to be honest. So if you're a local restaurant promoting an event and you have a great following and people are really into your signature dish, why not run an Instagram boosted post quickly, easily, efficiently, spend $5 to $20 and see if you can get it out to more people. But if you're an online course creator and you're generating leads for your 5-step webinar, the ads manager is going to be more your speed. And especially if you're trying to drive sales, you're really going to want to use ads manager. A couple tips with ads that we always try to do here at DreamTech and we always tell our clients: always use 3 to 5 different ad creatives simultaneously. Also, use the traffic and the cheaper steps of campaigns to test your ads before you start spending a whole bunch of money testing ads that people won't click on to really expensive audiences. A very common mistake is targeting too broad, saying, well, people that are from 18 to 65 might like that. It's a huge range. And actually the ad platform is going to get confused whether it's boosted posts or meta ads. You really need to get much more granular to give either of these ad platforms a fighting chance. So in terms of the targeting, the demographics, the geography, that needs to be as specific as you possibly can get it to try to make your ad run as best as possible. So here's my call to action this week. Why don't you try both methods? You could try a $5 Facebook meta ad, and you could try a $5 to $10 boosted post, and try to make it be the same message, the same images, and see which one works better. Let me know in the comments, because we're always learning from each other, and you may have different insights or a different experience that might, give me some insight into how this platform works. And of course, again, if you have any questions, we're always here to help clients get started on ads platforms, to manage their ads platforms for them, or to provide strategic insights into the best ways to use these platforms to their advantage to save money, acquire customers, and build their businesses. My name is Christopher from DreamTech. I hope you enjoyed this Tech Tuesday. Go out there and use technology to make your business skyrocket. I'll see you next week.